Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. 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 When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Welcome, everyone, to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. Today is Wednesday, May 24th, 2023. We are about to do a live, in-depth planetary puja using the chart of now, based on my current location in the state of New Mexico in the USA. My name is Swamini Valli. I am a Pillai Center teacher and AstroVed astrologer, and I'm very happy to be hosting this program Monday through Friday on this channel. Dr. Pillai has said the planets and stars are more than just objects in outer space. There is a divine light being associated with each of them. In doing the puja, we are connecting with those light beings inwardly, and we are inviting their positive blessings to flow into us and also into our world. To do the puja, I'm using the South Indian style layout of the chart. I have the chart drawn in chalk on a little blackboard on a side table that's laying flat. That's where I'll do the actual puja. And also to do the puja, I have a little container of water, a bell, a raisin, an incense stick, a lit tea light, and a bowl of fresh flower petals. I start with putting a few drops of water on all four sides of the blackboard chart to symbolically purify the space for the puja. I put a few drops of water on my own head, and I send a few drops of water out into space towards all of you, so that whether you're watching this live or later on a replay, everyone is purified going into the puja. We start with invoking Ganesha, the archetype who removes obstacles. Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang. We ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this puja. And I ask him to remove all obstacles in the lives of all the participants, in the physical, mental, emotional, financial, and spiritual areas of our lives. I ask him to remove obstacles for all of us, now and always. And I thank him for his help with this. Next, we do a short Tamil chant, asking all of the planets to be beneficial towards us. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us and towards our world. We thank St. Gnanasamunda for teaching this chant, and we are grateful to Dr. Pillai for sharing it with us. Now we turn our attention to the time elements that are active in my local area. We start with honoring the planet ruling the day. Today is Wednesday, ruled by Mercury. I put flower petals on Mercury on the blackboard chart. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Now we honor the star that the moon is in. The moment the moon is in a star called Pooja, a star that is very spiritually auspicious. I have heard the astrologers in India say, even if all the other astrological indicators for the day are unfavorable, still, if the moon is in Pooja star, it overcomes all of those blemishes. So I always feel when the moon is in Pooja star, it's kind of like the get out of jail free card in the Monopoly game. It's a great thing to have, and it's a positive day for doing anything that's important to you because it overcomes any other blemish of the day. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Pushyaye Namaha. Om Pushyaye Namaha. Om Pushyaye Namaha. Now we honor the Tithi, or the moon phase. In my area, we are in the 5th waxing moon, called Panchami in Sanskrit. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Panchami Devye Namaha. Om Panchami Devye Namaha. Om Panchami Devye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that's ruling the hour. And in my local area, this is the moon. I put more flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Now we acknowledge the yoga and the karana time elements. Dr. Pillai said for these, we would not use flower petals. We would say their names in Sanskrit 3 times each. The yoga that's active right now is one called Vriddhi, which has energies of discernment. Vriddhi, Vriddhi, Vriddhi. And the karana that's active right now is one called Balava, which has energies that are spiritual. Balava, Balava, Balava. Now, we turn our attention to the chart of the moment. We start by looking at the sign that is currently the ascendant, represented here with the letters AC. This is the sign coming up on the eastern horizon in my local area. This is Mithuna, or Gemini, and it's ruled by Mercury. Dr. Pillai said we would start by honoring the planet that rules the ascendant sign as a gesture to his importance at the moment. I put flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Now, starting at the ascendant sign, we'll go around the chart in a clockwise direction, honoring the planets. Today in Gemini, we have Venus. I honor Venus and put flower petals on him. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Venus is in a star called Purnavasu, a star symbolized as a quiver of arrows, a star that gives energies for freedom, expansion, prosperity. Purnavasu can also help with rebuilding or renewing after experiencing a loss. So if someone has lost prosperity, for example, it helps to restore that, to renew that. I put flower petals on Venus. Om Purnavasaye Namaha. Om Purnivasaye Namaha. Om Purnivasaye Namaha. Purnivasu's star is ruled by Aditi, a goddess who is considered mother of many of the gods, including our own sun. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Aditye Namaha. Om Aditye Namaha. Om Aditye Namaha. Purnivasu's star is ruled by Jupiter. I put flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Mituna or Gemini, a zodiac sign with a great range of energies, today containing Venus, planet of love and beauty and joy, planet that helps us to enjoy material plane comforts and also helps us to enjoy the arts. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now, going in a clockwise direction around the chart from Gemini, the next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Karkata or Cancer, which today contains the moon and also Mars. Both the moon and Mars are in the same star, so we will invoke both of them before we honor the star. We start with the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Next, we honor Mars for being in Cancer. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Normally, Mars is uncomfortable to be in Cancer. However, today he's sitting with the moon, who rules Cancer, so that will cancel some of his discomfort. It's a Nichabanga condition when a debilitated planet is sitting in the same sign as the ruler of the sign, or a planet who's exalted in that sign. So it cancels some of the challenge of Mars for today. Both moon and Mars are in Pushya star, the most spiritually auspicious of all the stars, a star that has energies of nourishment. I put the flower petals across the moon and Mars. Om Pushyaye Namaha. Om Pushyaye Namaha. Om Pushyaye Namaha. Pushya star is ruled by Brihaspati, a special form of Jupiter in which he is especially a highly advanced spiritual teacher. So advanced, he is sometimes even the teacher of the gods themselves. I put the flower petals across the moon and Mars. Om Brihaspataye Namaha. Om Brihaspataye Namaha. Om Brihaspataye Namaha. Pushya's star is ruled by Saturn. I put flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Cancer, which is the moon. I put flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Karkata or Cancer, the most emotionally sensitive of all the zodiac signs, today containing the moon, which is our mind and our emotions, a planet that helps us to be receptive to light, and Mars, a planet that likes to take practical action to solve problems, and a planet that is both a healer and a protector. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Tula or Libra, which today contains Ketu. We honor Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Ketu is in a star called Swati, a star symbolized as young shoots of plants blowing in the wind. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Swati's star is ruled by Varuna. No, he's ruled by Vayu, excuse me. Swati is ruled by Vayu, archetype who rules the wind and the air element, and also is the father of Hanuman. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Swati's star is ruled by Rahu. I put flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Libra, which is Venus. I put flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a zodiac sign that has energies for balance, fairness, harmony, today containing Ketu, who is sometimes called the saintly planet. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Makara or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto, who is retrograde and extra powerful. I put flower petals on Pluto. Om Krum Krintankaya Namaha. Om Krum Krintankaya Namaha. Om Krum Krintankaya Namaha. Pluto is in a star called Uttara Ashada, a star that can give long-lasting blessings for success. I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Uttar Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttar Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttar Shadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 archetypes who each embody a unique, divine, universal principle. I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. I put flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. I put flower petals on him. Om Sanishuraya Namaha. Om Sanishuraya Namaha. Om Sanishuraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara or Capricorn, a zodiac sign that can activate ancient past life skills and abilities, today containing Pluto, a planet that Dr. Pillai says can help us with rationality and science. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Kumbha or Aquarius, which today contains Saturn. We honor Saturn. I put flower petals on him. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Saturn is in a star called Satyabisha, a star that has great healing energies. Its nickname is 100 Physicians. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Satyabishaye Namaha. Om Satyabishaye Namaha. Om Satyabishaye Namaha. Satyabisha's star is ruled by Varuna, archetype who rules the rains and the oceans. Om Varunaye Namaha. Om Varunaye Namaha. Om Varunaye Namaha. Satyabisha's star is ruled by Rahu. We put flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Aquarius, which is Saturn. I put flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kumbha, or Aquarius, the most humanitarian and service-oriented of all the zodiac signs, today containing Saturn, planet that can help us with patience, compassion, structure. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Meena, or Pisces, which today contains Neptune. We honor Neptune. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Neptune is in a star called Purvabhadrapada, a star that can give blessings to help us towards enlightenment, charity, purification. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada's star is ruled by Aja Ekapada, an archetype who can help us to experience deeper levels of stillness and forgiveness. We ask for his blessings. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada's star is ruled by Jupiter. I put flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Jupiter is also the ruler of Pisces. So again, I put flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena, or Pisces, the most transcendental of all the zodiac signs, today containing Neptune, a planet that Dr. Pillai says can help with our intuition and also help us to understand our own inner life. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Misha, or Aries, which today contains Jupiter, Rahu, Mercury, and Uranus. Jupiter and Rahu are in the same star, so we will invoke both of them before we honor the star. I start with Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Next, we honor Rahu for being in Aries. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Jupiter and Rahu are both in a star called Ashwini, a star that can give blessings for speed and for healing. Om Ashwini Namaha. Om Ashwini Namaha. Om Ashwini Namaha. Ashwini star is ruled by the Ashwini Kumaras, horse-headed twins who have great healing energies. Yesterday, someone asked a question about them, and I promised to tell a story today explaining how tremendous the healing power of the Ashwini Kumaras are. They're really filled with life-affirming energies, as their father is the sun. They're famous for their appearance as handsome young men who have the head of horses. They themselves can move with great swiftness. They are also connected to agriculture, the use of herbs, and many miraculous techniques of healing. The story I wanted to tell you is they learned the secrets of immortality from Dadyan, a hermit who had been taught this knowledge. Now, Dadyan's teacher had said, if Dadyan ever taught anyone else these secrets, Dadyan would lose his head. However, since the Ashwini Kumars have this great healing knowledge, they promised to first cut off Dadyan's head with their surgical skill and replace it for a time with a horse's head. So this way the hermit could teach these two twins about the secrets of immortality while speaking with the horse's head. They promised when Dadyan's teacher came to cut off the horse's head, they would then replace it with Dadyan's own original head. So the hermit agreed to this, and so the Ashwini Kumars gained the secrets of immortality. This mythotherapy story underlines the vigorous healing energies that are attributed to the Ashwini star. So that's the story I promised to tell you for today. Okay, so we invoke the Ashwini Kumaras. Om Ashwini Kumarasye Namaha. Om Ashwini Kumarasye Namaha. Om Ashwini Kumarasye Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Ashwini star, which is Ketu. I put flower petals on Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Now, we honor Mercury and Uranus for being in Aries. Both of these two planets are in the same star, so we invoke both of them before we honor the star. I start with Mercury. Om Buddhaheha Namaha. Om Buddhaheha Namaha. Om Buddhaheha Namaha. Next, we honor Uranus for being in Aries. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Mercury and Uranus are both in a star called Bharani, a star that has a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti or power or energy. Om Bharani Namaha. Om Bharani Namaha. Om Bharani Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Yama, an archetype of justice. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Venus. I put flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aries, which is Mars. I put flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha or Aries, a fire sign with very active energies, today containing Jupiter, planet that helps with everything related to spirituality, and Rahu, planet that helps us to think outside the box, and Mercury, planet of communication, business, and helps with our sense of humor. Uranus, planet with tremendous creative energy, and also a planet that helps with success in life, higher intelligence, and astrology. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. And last but not least, the next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Vrishabha or Taurus, which today contains the sun. We honor the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. The sun is in a star called Kritika, a star symbolized as a razor or a cutter, a star with energies for truth. Om Kritikaye Namaha. Om Kritikaye Namaha. Om Kritikaye Namaha. Kritika star is ruled by Agni, the archetype who rules the fire element. Om Agnihe Namaha. Om Agnihe Namaha. Om Agnihe Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Kritika star, which is the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishabha or Taurus, a zodiac sign that is an earth sign with very grounded energy and a great love of luxury and comforts, today containing the sun, which is our soul, and also a planet so important for our own health and for our self-esteem. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now, I take a lit tea light and I hold it in the air above the blackboard that has the chart drawn in chalk and the many piles of flower petals. And in the air, I circle the tea light around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction, offering the element of light to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked. Next, I take a lit incense stick to offer the air element and also a sweet fragrance. And I circle that above the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction. Next, I take a bell to offer the element of sound. Now I take a raisin, a small fruit representing the earth element, and I circle that around the chart in the air 3 times in a clockwise direction. And later in the day, I will eat that raisin as a piece of prasad or blessed food. Right now, I make prayer hands and I make sincere prayer to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked, asking them to send their positive blessings into the lives of all of us and also into the lives of our families, our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues, our homes, our workplaces, our schools, our communities, our countries, and indeed the entire world. May everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, clean air to breathe, a safe place to live, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, and may everyone on this planet have love in their life, now and always. I pray for enlightened leaders, enlightened laws, enlightened citizens, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I ask for blessings for all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I ask for blessings for all of my students, past, present, and to come. And I make a bow. You can continue to make your own prayers in silence for a minute, and then we can do a short Q&A period. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment. Peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. Thank you all so much for joining us. I truly appreciate your participation and your support. If you would like to ask a question, you're welcome to post that in the chat, and I will do my best to try to answer it. Again, the moon is in Pusha star right now, very auspicious. I think of Pusha, when the moon is in Pusha star, for everyone, regardless of what your nakshatra is or your birth star is, that's a favorable day to do something. You could have an important meeting scheduled for a Pusha star day, do something special for yourself, but it's a very, very good energy day. So take advantage of that energy if the moon is in Pusha star. So yesterday the moon was in the same star as Venus, and today he had moved into Cancer and was in the same star as Mars. So you get a sense of how much the moon is zipping around the chart relative to the other planets, some of whom will be staying in their same location for a very, very long time. The planets like Pluto and Neptune and Uranus move very, very slowly. And we experience that also as we do the puja. Melissa is saying, thank you for the Ashwini story, the story that I told about the Ashwini Kumars, the horse-headed twins who have tremendous healing energy. She says, wow, yeah, it's a great story. for them to understand just how much interest they have in knowing all the secrets of healing and the lengths that they go to to get that information. That was a great story. That good. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Melissa. I'm happy for that. Okay, not seeing any questions today in the chat, which is fine. We don't have to have questions every day. I'll try to tell a little bit more stories about some of the other archetypes as we go along. Barbara is saying, I notice a lot of healing energies have been prevalent. Can we ask for this to heal our lives? Yes. Yes, when there's planets that are in a healing star or they're ruled by an archetype that has healing energy, it's always good to be asking for healing on all levels in our lives, healing our health, healing our finances, healing our emotions, healing everything in our life. It's a good request to ask for. Dr. Pillai has said many times, health is wealth. And he has said even the sounds for wealth, like Shrim Brazi, can also bring in energies of health and healing as well, because that's part of abundance. You know, he's talked about, you know, a billionaire could have so much money, but if their health is not good, you know, what good does all that money do them? So having our health improved on all levels, not just our physical health, but our mental health. I think with the COVID lockdowns, I think it impacted everybody pretty much in the world, you know, to have all of that energies of the whole world shifted so much like that. I think we're still coming out of some of that for some people, the isolation that they experienced or the grief that they experienced if they lost loved ones, or their own health may have been affected. So health is always a good thing to pray for. And when you hear that it's a star or an archetype that has healing energies, ask them to bless you with the healing energies. Dr. Pillai says it's very important to ask for the blessings. It's a true thing that we have free will. The light cannot force its way into us. We have to be receptive. We have to invite the light. We have to welcome it. We have to ask for blessings. So that's part of our job as humans, is to articulate what it is we need, what it is we want, and ask for that so that it can flow into our lives. If we refuse to ask, well, then we're not necessarily going to receive. That's even an expression in the Bible, right? Ask and you shall receive. So that's a very important thing to ask. Remember one time there was a workshop where there was a young man that was really struggling with money, and Dr. Pillai's response to him was, ask your father for money, because he could see that this young man's father had money and would be more than happy to help him. And the young man was like, no, I can't ask my dad. I can't ask my dad. And Babaji was like, this is, you know, you guys are laughing a little bit at that, but this is the condition of many of you, is you don't ask in your prayers. So yes, the answer to that question, Barbara, is emphatically, yes, you can ask for healing. You can ask for good health. And that's a really important thing to ask for. There was one time there was a seminar where somebody said to Dr. Pillai, I really don't even know what to ask for. And he said, well, while you're figuring that out, in the meantime, these are things to ask for: infinite health, infinite wealth, infinite intelligence, and a light body. And I went, yeah, those are really good default things to ask for if you don't have a specific thing in your mind at the moment. Infinite health, infinite wealth, infinite intelligence, and a light body. So those are some suggestions from Dr. Pillai on that particular subject. All right, not seeing any other questions at the moment. I'll go ahead and let you bebop on into your day or your evening. Again, thank you for being here. Namaste. The light in me truly honors the light in all of you. May light encompass all. Thank you to those of you who clicked the like button, those of you who subscribe to the channel, as this does help the channel to grow. See some of you again tomorrow. Namaste.